no doubt that retailing is one of the growing or emerging sector in India. If we are talking about the organized retailing system, yes, there is a 94%, no doubt, unorganized retail sector, but 6% organized retail sector is there. And it is even emerging. If we'll take the example of Patna market, we are able to see so many retail sector, organized retail sector like Pantaloons, West Side. These are open. Okay, nowadays, these retail stores are open, and that they are basically selling or offering the products. So retail sector is one of the emerging sector in India. And with this sector, we have the Indian market. There is the career option is also available in the retail sector. So with increasing in the retail industry का industry जिस तरीके से increase हो रहा है, वैसे ही आपके jobs के options भी क्या हो रहे हैं, that is also increasing, right? So India का जो market है, अब वो बहुत ज़्यादा organized sector की तरफ move on कर चुका है. So I guess this point is clear to all of you, like what is the situation of Indian market right now. Okay, so there is a huge employment opportunities. The retailing sector is changed, and in the organized sector, we are able to see there are the different designations are there in organized retail sector. For example, if we'll take the example of Big Bazaar, if we'll take the example of Aditya Vision, these are the organized retail sector or organized retail. Just wait for a minute. If anyone is unmute, please mute yourself. Otherwise, I'm going to remove you. Okay. So the first point what I am discussing about, that the career in the retail sector, with the increasing the number of organized retail sector, the employment opportunities are increasing, right? There is a huge employment opportunities. The face of the retailing sector in India is totally changed. The career in retail is now very much like you have a multiple options. It's not about the sales, but you have a multiple option, like there is a cashier job, there is a store manager job, there is a visual merchandiser job. So there is a diversification in the job type in the retail sector. And even in the training is also provided by the organized retail sector in that particular area. Okay. So you don't need to deal with the consumer without knowledge, but you will get the skill, and you will also able to get the training. Okay. Okay, so let's start with the what are the types of jobs which is career options available in the retail. The first one is sales and related job. So no doubt the first important thing. Ek minute, just wait for a minute. Yes, so the most important thing in the retail sector is like we have to sell the product. The salesperson have sales and related job में यहाँ पर आपका क्या होगा? The main work of the retail is to deal with the customers, right? We have to sell the product to the customer. So sale related job is very much important in this aspect. In the store operation में जो sales staff हैं, what they are doing? They are persuading the customer to purchase the product. They are dealing with the customer. There are the two type of employees are present in the retail store. The first one is front-end employee, and the second one is back-end employees. So the front-end employees are the sales executives or the salespersons who are dealing with the consumers, right? If you have any doubt in any query related with the product, you can ask to them. They are there only for helping you, right? So the sales में आपका क्या होगा? The sales associates are related. Even there is some cashiers. जो cashiers होते हैं, they are also there for what? You can do payment there. So there is a different block in that retail store, in that floor. You have first purchase the product, and after that the payment facility is available in the बोल सकते हैं by the who will help you in that, the cashiers, right? They are going to accept the credit card, debit card, in whatever payment mode you are going to use. You have to do it in the cash counter, right? Okay, so what kind of duties the sales executives have, and what is the duty of the front end employees in short? The main work is that displaying the product, persuading the customers, dealing with the customer's complaint, dealing with the customer's query, helping in choosing or helping or advising them for the merchandise. The cashiers, what their duty is, basically they are accepting the payment from the customers. They can help you in, they can tell you about the discounts, what is available on the merchandise, and they will guide you for the payment, if there is a point system which is available in the big bazaar. So if you are paying it through any of the card or the loyalty card, if you are paying, then they will tell you about the points and all that, how much points that is available in that particular card, as well as what is required for the sales executive, what kind of quality is required for the sales executive. The first thing is required in this, that the excellent communication skill. So it's excellent communication skill doesn't mean that the person is only able to speak in English, but the person is able to communicate with the people in the proper way, right? They are able to understand the thing, and that person have patience. That is very much important if you are dealing with the customers, because if there is a disgruntled customer, so you are not able to talk to or communicate with that person if you are even aggressive, right? So sales executive person, the main work is to deal with the customer in short. And these are the quality, like the excellent communication skill is required, understanding, patience is required, right? Helping in merchandise, if they want to purchase product, you can give them advice, you can suggest them, you can give the suggestion, right? And the politeness which is required if you are a sales executive. So these are the things. This is the first career option which is there in the retail sector, right? If we'll talk about the perks and compensation, yes, the sales executive job, maybe the basic salary is less, but you will get a very high incentive that is totally sales target, and incentive is related with the sales executive job. But there is a growth once you will able to sell, or if you are able to achieve the target, no doubt you will get the heavy incentive, even more than your salary or amount or the fixed amount, whatever is offered by the company. So this is the sales executive or sales person job. And I guess the cashier, they are also considered under the front end employees. Why front end employees? Because they are also dealing with the customers, but their area is not to show the merchandise, their area is not to handle the campaign related with the merchandise, but yes, they will totally do the work related with the payment. Clear? First point is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Chaliye. Next one is store manager. Store manager. And yes, one more thing I just want to tell you about the sales executive. Like someone asked about that, there is a what is about the stability. Someone asked about the stability of the sales executive job. So the stability is totally dependent upon the performance of that employee. If the employee is performing very well, so no doubt that person is going to stay with the company for the long time. But sometime if the person is inefficient and that person is not able to achieve the target, so within some period, either they will provide the more training to that person, or otherwise sometime the company is also taking the negative step related with the termination. Because if the person is not able to work or able to do the job for what he or she is appointed, so definitely the company is going to take such kind of step, but without any reason, there is no termination, right? Chaliye. So next one is store manager. Who are a store manager? Who are a store manager? So store managers are basically a person who is managing the store only. That is not related with the company. That the person who is a manager in the company, their work is totally different if we are comparing it with the store manager. The store manager is only managing the things within the store, and it is in the very limited area. For example, if there is a store manager in big bazaar, that store manager is only managing the thing in the Jagdev Path Big Bazaar. So if the person is a store manager of Jagdev Path Big Bazaar, that person is only going to manage that branch or that store only. Okay, so that is they are known as store manager. Their main work is to operate day-to-day activities, managing day-to-day activities, and sometimes they are also indulged in the hiring of the people in the store, right? Sometimes if they have to hire sweeper or the floor workers, if they want to appoint, they can appoint, but that should be according to the company's protocol. ठीक है. Store manager, in short, they are responsible for day-to-day operation or activity in the retail store. All the employees, whoever is working in the store, they are basically report to the store manager. Either it is related with the leave, either it is related with the any issues. Whom they are going to ask? They are going to ask store manager for that, and the store manager is responsible for managing the proper report of each and every employee's performance, as well as they are also making the report and sending it to the main office or main branch related with the sales, merchandise, related with the inventory, each and means every aspect related with that particular store. They are going to make the प्रॉपर रिपोर्ट ऑफ दैट. परफॉर्मेंस एम्प्लॉइज का कैसा है उसके बारे में भी रिपोर्ट, रिक्रूटमेंट कितने एम्प्लॉइज का हुआ है उसके बारे में रिपोर्ट. Everything is basically, these all things are responsibility of the store manager, as well as sometimes they are also indulged in providing the training to the employees. ठीक है, ट्रेनिंग टू द एम्प्लॉइज, डेवलपिंग प्रोग्राम्स वगैरह भी कई बार वो बनाते हैं. एंड दे आर ऑल्सो मैनेजिंग द प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस, आपका क्या चल रहा है. मीन समटाइम दे आर ऑल्सो टेकिंग द रिपोर्ट of what is that this store is able to provide the profit, it's gaining profit, or it is in loss. So they are making report over it, as well as they are also handling the customer complaint, banking, and the inventory. Sometimes they are also managing these things, but only that store manager is limited to that particular one branch or one store. Clear? समझ में आया सबको? Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Next one is visual merchandiser. Visual merchandiser. Visual merchandiser. Visual merchandiser. Visual merchandiser. So what is the work of the visual merchandiser? So as the name is suggesting that it is related with displaying of the goods, right? So the same thing is happening here. The visual merchandiser job is same. Visual merchandiser activity is to promote the goods in the store, right? Visual merchandising is an art. Basically, it is not everyone's cup of tea or everyone is able to do it. Sometime when we are visiting any organized retail store, just take the example of Raymond, take the example of West Side, we are able to see that everything is very much arranged in a proper way. We are able to find the product very quickly. So why we are able to do this, how we are gaining, how we are taking such kind of facility. So we have to very much thankful to the visual merchandiser, because those person are responsible for displaying the product in the store. They are able to understand that what is in the trend and what kind of product we need to display to attract the customers. So the main work of the in-store promotion is done by the visual merchandiser, because in-store promotion, how you are going to promote the product? By showing it, by displaying it, and this main work is done by the visual merchandiser, and they are doing it in a very strategic way and a creative way. That is for the convenience of the customer. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो इस तरीके से goods को अरेंज करेंगे और गुड्स को इस तरीके से वो डिस्प्ले करेंगे कि वो आपके लिए इनकन्वीनियंस हो जाए. नो, they will do it in a very convenience and creative way. That's why what I said, that the work of the visual merchandiser, it is totally creative and it is a kind of art. ठीक है? So they are basically displaying the product with a proper combination. For example, if they are displaying the clothes, they are displaying the merchandise that is clothes, and if they are showing the women clothes, right? So what combination is suitable, right? If they are showing the skirt, that what kind of बोल सकते हैं बॉटम, और जो बोल सकते हैं ना जो पेयर बनाना चाहिए उनको टॉप का एंड बॉटम का, दैट इज बेसिकली डिसाइडेड बाय द विजुअल merchandiser. Because sometime when we will see that the tacky clothes are over that particular retail store, we are never want to visit that store. Why? Because we are able to see that whatever they are displaying, that is a way, that is not suitable, then how we will trust that they have a better stock of product, right? So if we are not able to attract with the cloth or merchandise, whatever is represented, we are never want to visit that store. ठीक है? So यहाँ पर किस तरीके से merchandise को डिस्प्ले करिए ताकि इट विल बिकम एज अ इट विल स्टार्ट अपीलिंग. अपील का मतलब समझते हो क्या होता है? लाइक the product is going to appeal that please come and purchase me. Such kind of attraction is required if you are showing the product. So it is a art. Basically, visual merchandiser work is an art for displaying the merchandise in such manner that it will persuade and make appeal to the eyes of the customer. It is attractful. ठीक है. So visual merchandiser is responsible for this work. ठीक है. And where they are basically doing work. Visual merchandiser, they are displaying the goods on the window. So window display होता है ना, जो आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कि आगे जो शीशे लगे होते हैं, कांच लगे होते हैं, उसमें जो प्रोडक्ट्स और डिस्प्ले होता है, तो दैट इज विंडो डिस्प्ले, राइट. सो विंडो डिस्प्ले करना विजुअल मर्केंडाइजर का काम है. इंटीरियर डिस्प्ले करना, लाइक वेयर द प्रोडक्ट, कहाँ पर हमें क्या आइटम को रखना है, दैट इज अ वर्क ऑफ द विजुअल मर्केंडाइजर. साइंस which are basically made, like you have to go this side. For women clothing you have to go this side, for men you have to go this side. Like this kind of sign is also basically designed by the visual merchandiser. So I guess this point is clear to all of you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what color combination is suitable? And sometime we are able to see, like in the अभी जो क्रिसमस गया तो आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कि रेड का कॉम्बिनेशन बहुत सारी जगह पे, खासकर क्लोथ्स के मामले में, यू आर एबल टू सी दैट कि रेड कलर कॉम्बिनेशन एंड ब्यूटीफुल वेस्टर्न ड्रेसेस जो थे वो बहुत ज्यादा डिस्प्ले हो रहे थे. So why that is displayed? Because of the demand of the customer at that time, right? Because of the occasion, because of the weather. According to that, the color combinations are basically designed by the visual merchandiser. They will help you to get more and more customer in short. ठीक है. कस्टमर को अट्रैक्ट कैसे करे, अपने क्लोथ जो भी हैं वहां पर, अगर आप क्लोथ में डील कर रहे हैं तो उनको कैसे अट्रैक्ट करना है, दिस वर्क इज डन बाय द विजुअल मर्केंडाइजर. ठीक है. क्लियर हो गई बात? समझ में आ गया? क्लियर एवरीवन?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's start with the next one. Regional sales manager. Regional sales manager. Okay. So we all know that there are multiple zone है आपका, यहाँ पर 4 zone है, फिर multiple areas है. Like we are in east zone right now. ठीक है. So regional sales जो manager हैं, they are basically taking the responsibility of whole region. यानी पूरे रीजन के वो पर्टिकुलर जो मैनेजर होंगे उनका कंसर्न पूरे के पूरे उनके अंडर में. अगर 10 स्टोर है उस रीजन में तो दैट पर्सन इज मैनेजिंग ऑल द 10 स्टोर एंड दैट पर्सन इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर टेकिंग द डेटा एंड रिपोर्ट्स फ्रॉम दूज स्टोर. ठीक है. जो रीजनल सेल्स मैनेजर होगा, दे रिक्वायर्ड एक्सीलेंट इंटरपर्सनल एंड कम्युनिकेशन स्किल. And a retail sales manager जो है, no doubt he is or she is also responsible for day-to-day operation of the retail store. ठीक है. That person is required to be knowledgeable, skilled and experienced because he or she is taking care of the whole region. So if you will not knowledgeable, how you will able to manage the whole area? It is very difficult, right? So that person have a knowledge, and that knowledge is not only about in selling, but that person have knowledge in the computer, in the technical knowledge that person required. ठीक है. जो आपके regional sales manager होंगे, that person have that kind of personality, the communication, that he or she is able to communicate with every store manager, and their work is to inquire about the things whatever is going on in the store. ठीक है. डे टू डे जो भी एक्टिविटीज है, if any of the store is not working properly, then that person is also responsible for making the strategy to increase the sale of that retail store. The means उनका जो वर्क होगा, आपके रिटेल जो रीजनल स्टोर मैनेजर हैं, रीजनल जो आपके मैनेजर है, रीजनल सेल्स मैनेजर हैं, that person is also going to observe the performance of each and every store, and if there is a problem related with the selling, then they are also going to solve it. ठीक है. रीजनल मैनेजर रिपोर्ट जो है वो स्टोर करेगा परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ द कंपनी, एक तरीके से उस रीजन में क्या परफॉर्मेंस चल रहा है, एंड फाइनली इट विल सेंड टू द सेंटर हेड, मतलब जो बीच में जो हेड है, हेड डिपार्टमेंट जो है, वहां पर वो रिपोर्ट को सेंड करने का काम करेंगे। ठीक है, सो द रीजनल सेल्स मैनेजर, द वर्क इज दैट दे हैव टू ऑब्जर्व, दे हैव टू take the responsibility of whole store whatever there is in that particular region. If that region is if it is Patna region, so Patna region में जितना भी आपका store है होगा west side का example में, so that regional manager is going to take care of every store. But in the case of the store manager, that person is responsible to that one store only. True? But the regional sales manager, that person is going to observe the sales system and the performance of each and every store whatever is located in that particular region or area. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next one is finance and accounting. Finance and accounting. So if we will see the sole proprietor or a very small business or very small retail store, what we are able to see that one person is handling each and everything. Like that person is even responsible for taking the inventory, purchasing the inventory. That person is responsible for selling the product. That person is responsible for taking the money as well. ठीक है, पैसा भी लेना उनका ही काम होता है, मतलब इन शॉर्ट अगर आप हिंदी में समझो तो गल्ला भी वही संभालते हैं इन शॉर्ट, है ना। लेकिन इफ विल टॉक अबाउट द ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर, ऑर्गेनाइज रिटेल सेक्टर, देयर इज अ डिफरेंट और डिस्टिंक्ट एक फाइनेंस डिपार्टमेंट होता है, अकाउंटिंग डिपार्टमेंट होता है। व्हाट देयर वर्क इज, सो फाइनेंस जो फाइनेंशियल मैनेजर होता है, अगर किसी भी स्टोर में या कोई फाइनेंशियल मैनेजर आपके रिटेल स्टोर में है, सो दैट पर्सन, ठीक है, दैट पर्सन इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर कीपिंग द रिकॉर्ड ऑफ द इनकम। ठीक है, कितना इनकम हुआ, कितना एक्सपेंस हुआ, नंबर ऑफ इन्वेंट्री क्या है, कैश फ्लो क्या है, मेंटेन करना पूरा का पूरा फाइनेंशियल रिकॉर्ड, बिल्स जो भी सप्लायर से मिले हैं वो सारे बिल्स को मैनेज करना। ठीक है, तो इन शॉर्ट और रिस्क और डेप्ट को मैनेज करना। सो दीज थिंग्स आर बेसिकली मैनेज्ड बाय फाइनेंस एंड अकाउंटिंग डिपार्टमेंट इन द रिटेल store. If there is a finance manager, then okay, that person is responsible for doing that. Sometimes there is a finance person, like the executive is working, finance executive or the accounting department में executives होते हैं, they are maintaining all these things, they are managing these things. ठीक है, related with the risk, debt, cash flow, outflow, cash flow है तो मतलब inflow और outflow of the cash, राइट। अकाउंटिंग जो भी रिकॉर्ड बनाने हैं वो, इनकम कितना है वो, लॉस कितना है वो, एक्सपेंस, बिल्स, ये सारे के सारी चीजें दैट इज मैनेज्ड बाय द फाइनेंस एंड अकाउंटिंग डिपार्टमेंट। क्लियर?
यस मैम।
ओके, नाउ नेक्स्ट वन इज ह्यूमन रिसोर्स। ठीक है, and sometimes this finance and accounting, see there is some cashier which I already told you. So what they are doing, basically they are taking the amount, they are taking the money, but the record keeping is done by the finance person, and this finance and accounting department can be possible, that is not surety कि वो सिर्फ आपके store में available हो, sometimes that department is available in the retail company as well. ठीक है, कंपनी में भी आपके वो पर्टिकुलर डिपार्टमेंट अवेलेबल होता है और दे आर टेकिंग द कंसर्न ऑफ द होल डेटा व्हाट एवर दे हैव, मतलब जितना भी डेटा उसको वो रिकॉर्ड करके रखते हैं। सो दिस पर्टिकुलर फर्स्ट स्टोर का ये रिकॉर्ड है, सेकेंड स्टोर का दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग दे आर मेंटेनिंग। नेक्स्ट वन इज द ह्यूमन रिसोर्स। Okay, so what is the work of the human resource? I already elaborated that the human resource management में क्या होता है, this is a way of recruiting, कैसे हम recruit करें, select करें, employees के welfare के लिए कैसे program design करें, ये सारी की सारी concern जो है वो human resource department का है। ठीक है, so human resource is also one of the most important aspect in the retail industry. ये जो aspect है that focusing on recruiting the right people at a particular job, like कौन से person को कौन सा जॉब मिलना चाहिए और कौन से पर्सन कौन से जॉब के लिए सुटेबल है, दैट इज एनालाइज्ड बाय द ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजर। ठीक है, सो इन द ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट, द ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजर इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल for taking care of the recruitment, selection, and the whatever is related with the employees welfare or related with the employment. ठीक है, hiring the right person at the right job, this is the main aim of the human resource manager. ठीक है, because the success of retail depend upon the sales force, what kind of sales force they have. ठीक है, if the sales force are very lethargic, if they are very lazy, they are not able to do their work properly, no doubt either your system is very fine, but still you are not able to sell the product properly. So in the sales job or in the retail sector, sales job is the most important position, right? तो यहाँ पर इनको ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजर्स जो है और ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट जो है वो इसी चीज को लेकर कंसर्न रहती है कि हमें अगर रिटेल का सक्सेस चाहिए, सो व्हाट वी कैन डू, वी कैन टेक द राइट सेल्स फोर्स. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट वन इज व्हाट द ह्यूमन रिसोर्स सर्विसेज. अच्छा, ह्यूमन रिसोर्स सर्विसेज क्या क्या करते हैं, व्हाट HR सर्विसेज. ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैंने तो आपको कुछ कुछ बताया है, लेकिन और ही बता देती हूँ व्हाट दे आर डूइंग. they are basically HR consultancy, so consultancy work they are doing. They are basically designing the employee attraction program. They are also giving the points or performance rating भी वो करते हैं. फिर compensation plan is also designed by them, that how much salary we have to provide to the employees. HR practice reviews. Resume management is related with that how many people are applying through their resume, right? So resume management, the recruitment, and advisor. So all these services are provided by the human resourse in a particular retail sector. Clear हो गई बात, समझ में आया everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, चलिए नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. मतलब यही याद रखिएगा कि HR फंक्शंस में क्या आएगा, रिक्रूटमेंट, सिलेक्शन, ट्रेनिंग, डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम, कंपनसेशन, बेनिफिट. ठीक है, so proper knowledge is required if the person is the HR manager, that person have knowledge about the employees welfare schemes and acts. ठीक है, तो ऐसा नहीं होगा कि HR मैनेजर है और उसको कुछ भी नहीं पता है ह्यूमन रिसोर्स रिलेटेड, तो दैट पर्सन इज सूटेबल. नो, तो ह्यूमन रिसोर्स मैनेजर होगा, दैट पर्सन हैव नॉलेज अबाउट द एम्प्लॉयज रिलेटेड विद द कंपनसेशन मैनेजमेंट का नॉलेज होना चाहिए. उसके बाद फिर PPF जैसे प्रोविडेंट फंड वगैरह की जो फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड की जाती है गवर्नमेंट के द्वारा, ये सब चीजों का नॉलेज होना चाहिए. सैलरी ड्रॉन करने का, सैलरी कब देना है, कब प्रोवाइड करना है, किस तरीके से डिजाइन करना है. ठीक है, एवरी फैसिलिटी, पेरोल मैनेजमेंट की भी इनको एक तरीके से नॉलेज होनी चाहिए. क्लियर हो गई बात, समझ में आया?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next one is logistic. अच्छा, what is the meaning of logistics? Anyone?
लॉजिस्टिक में जब कंपनी में कोई से प्रोडक्ट कहीं डिलीवर कराया जाता है तो वो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम.
Supply chain.
Supply chain, logistics. Good. Wait for a minute. With the other student, either they are thinking that they have, मतलब teachers don't need to concern toward this, I guess. Okay, so what is the basically logistics means? Logistic का यहाँ पर क्या मतलब है? Logistic is related with the transportation system. बिल्कुल सही. It is related with the transportation of the merchandise, inventory को जब हम transport करते हैं, ठीक है, तो जिसमें हमें कौन कौन लोगों की जरूरत होती है, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सर्विस, फिर आपका वेयर हाउस सिस्टम होना चाहिए, एक ऑर्डर प्रोसेसिंग होना चाहिए. सो दीज ऑल थिंग्स आर कंसर्न्ड, दीज ऑल थिंग्स आर कंसिस्ट अंडर द लॉजिस्टिक. So logistics are basically how it is working. They have particular aspects, like they have a material handling system comes under the logistic, warehousing system comes under the logistic, information system like आप लोग देखते होंगे ना, जब आप e-commerce के थ्रू जब भी कोई प्रोडक्ट को मंगवाते हैं और जब आउट ऑफ स्टॉक होता है तो we will get the notification or the information is written over there that this product is out of stock. Once that will be back, then you will be informed, है ना? So how this is done, like how the person is able to get the information that there is a no stock present. So this is done because of the information processing, right? So the proper information system in transportation, packaging, inventory, warehousing, all these things are concerned, all these things are consist under or work under the logistics. ठीक है? So what the logistic department is doing? Logistic department is basically entrusted with the responsibility of ensuring the entire process of logistics maintained and developed according to the economical cost. And when we need the inventory, when we need to transportation, what will be the timing of that, what quantity we need to supply, all these things are related with the logistics. ठीक है? So logistics are basically managing the inventory in the efficient way. ठीक है? ताकि डिमांड के हिसाब से लॉजिस्टिक्स जो आपके सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट जो प्रॉपर है, तब वो आपके स्टोर तक आपको प्रोडक्ट प्रोवाइड कर सकता है और आपके स्टोर से कहीं और भी प्रोडक्ट को सप्लाई कर सकता है, राइट? सो लॉजिस्टिक डिपार्टमेंट का मेन काम क्या है? इट इज रिलेटेड विद द मेंटेनिंग एंड प्रोसेस ऑफ all these aspects like material handling, warehousing, information transportation, packaging and inventory. So I guess this point is clear to all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ठीक है. See, all there is one more career में एक और point है, that is marketing. So marketing department, what it is doing? Marketing department main work is advertising, sales promotion, public relation. So people who have a specialized knowledge or who are creative, who are able to make the marketing strategy, those people are required. And these the advertising managers are there who will deal with that, how we can make the advertisement, how creative advertisement is required to sell this product, right? So advertisement department, the marketing department is majority of the time they are concerned with the promotion of the product, right? How we'll do the branding, how do the advertisement, how we'll make the advertisement. So in all these aspect, the marketing department is working. Clear? मार्केटिंग डिपार्टमेंट का मेन काम क्या है? बेसिकली प्रोडक्ट को प्रमोट करना, ब्रांडिंग करना. ओके, क्लियर होगी बात? समझ में आया एवरीवन? फॉर दिस स्पेशलाइज्ड नॉलेज एंड क्रिएटिविटी इज रिक्वायर्ड. क्लियर? That the, and sometimes the company don't have their own advertisement agency, so they are taking help of the advertisement agency from outside. Like we can take the example of Leo Burnett. Leo Burnett is one of the leading advertisement agency. Basically they are designing the advertisement of Pepsi and Coca-Cola. आप लोगों ने देखा ही होगा advertisement, right? So the Leo Burnett is one of the advertisement agency which is working for the advertising. So I'm just giving the extra knowledge about it. Otherwise, it is not relevant for this retailing. So, but marketing department is concerned toward the selling, not selling, as well as making marketing strategy and promoting the product, branding. All these things are comes under the marketing department. I guess these points are clear to all of you, that what kind of career is there in the retail sector.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, चलिए ठीक है. So let's move toward the employee relation topic. Employees relation topic. Anyone have any doubt in these points, whatever we discussed?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So employee relations जो है, let me tell you what is this. See, in every organization with whom the company is working, किससे company चल रहा है, who is basically running the company? Do you think that only the top management is responsible for this? I'm asking something. Do you think that
No, ma'am.
only top management is responsible for this? Obviously
No,
no.
ma'am.
Okay,
No, ma'am.
everyone is responsible for implementing the work and to perform the day-to-day activities in the organization. Okay, so basically employee relation, here we are talking about that what is how we can maintain the relation between employer and employee. Okay, so if there is a harmonious relation between the employer and employee, the majority of the time we are able to see that the productivity of those employees are very higher, right? But if there is a lack of harmonious relationship between the employer and employee, there is always a conflict between that. conflict एक हमेशा चलता रहेगा जो आपको दिखेगा, ठीक है? And that will demotivate the employees and maybe they are not feel happy in the organization and they will not utilize their potential 100%, right? So the employee relation जो है, it is involved with the body of work concerned with the maintaining the employer and employee relationship that will help to contribute in the satisfactory productivity, motivation and morale, right? Essentially अगर हम बात करें employees relation का, तो अगर employees relation आपका harmonious है, so in that situation what will be happen? अगर आपका हार्मोनियस रिलेशन है तो दैट इज गोइंग टू कंसर्न टुवर्ड प्रिवेंटिंग एंड रिजॉल्विंग द प्रॉब्लम। अगर आप एम्प्लॉयज और एम्प्लॉयर के बीच में कोई भी प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट भी होता है और अगर रिलेशन बेटर है, professional relation I am talking about, if the professional relation is better and they are coordinated and the harmonious relationship is there, then maybe conflict तो कभी arise होगा भी नहीं। अगर conflict arise होता भी है then that will be resolved very soon, ठीक है? So बोल सकते हैं कि this is not going to impact in the overall productivity of the organization, ठीक है? अगर आपका एम्प्लॉय रिलेशनशिप, मैं आपको बेनिफिट्स बता रही हूँ कि अगर एम्प्लॉय और एम्प्लॉयर का रिलेशन या एम्प्लॉय रिलेशन बेटर है तो इससे और भी क्या फायदे हैं, दैट द एम्प्लॉयर आर इजिली एबल टू गिव द एडवाइस ऑन द पुअर परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ द एम्प्लॉयज। अगर एम्प्लॉयज का परफॉर्मेंस बेटर नहीं है, पुअर है, तो ऐसे सिचुएशन में एम्प्लॉयर जो है वो इजिली एडवाइस भी देगा और वो इम्प्लीमेंट भी प्रॉपरली होगा, ठीक है? लेकिन अगर पर्सन जो है, एम्प्लॉइज जो है, इफ दे आर नॉट सेटिस्फाइड विद द एम्प्लॉयर बिकॉज ऑफ हिज बिहेवियर एंड बिकॉज ऑफ द extreme exaggeration of the professionalism, कई बार क्या होता है कि when the person is in the top level they are thinking that they are the only person who is able to run the organization. No doubt for controlling and for monitoring top level management is required for policy formulation, but the implementation of the work is always done by the employees, right? So agar employees relationship is better, then in that situation the employer is able to give the advice on the poor performance and they are able to correct the poor performance of the employees in short, ठीक है? अगर आप डिसिप्लिन कैन बी मेंटेन्ड, डिसिप्लिन भी क्या होगा आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में मेंटेन होगा, फॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन विल बी मोर एज कंपैरिजन टू द इनफॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन। ये कुछ समझ में आया जो मैंने ये लाइन बताया, इनफॉर्मल और फॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन? ये कुछ क्लियर हुआ तुम लोगों को what I am talking about? See, formal communication, that is, yes Naman, you want to say something?
फॉर्मल में जैसे हम लोग ऑफिशियल रूप में बात करेंगे एज एन ऑर्डर या हायरार्किकल ऑर्डर में, अगर रिलेशनशिप सही रहा तो इनफॉर्मल में भी उनको समझाया जा सकता है कि अलग से कि तुम ऐसे गलत कर रहे हो, ये करो वो करो।
No, actual में very good, the point is almost right, but in the formal communication when the communication is always related with the work, यानी हम काम से रिलेटेड जब क्वेरी करते हैं, क्वेश्चन करते हैं और कम्युनिकेट करते हैं बिटवीन द डिपार्टमेंट, इफ द कम्युनिकेशन इज रिलेटेड विद द वर्क, इन दैट सिचुएशन इट इज अ फॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन। इनफॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन इज समटाइम, ये क्या होता है, एक तरीके से र्यूमर्स होता है, जैसे र्यूमर करना, र्यूमर, पर्सनल गॉसिप्स करना, कमेंट्स करना, टॉन्ट मारना, ये दीज थिंग्स आर बेसिकली रिलेटेड विद द इनफॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन। व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट the personal things and when we are targeting the people and when we are misbehaving with the people, ठीक है? So जब आपका एम्प्लॉय और एम्प्लॉयर रिलेशनशिप बेटर होगा तो वहां एक डिसिप्लिन वाला एटमोस्फेयर होगा और फॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन बेहतर होगा और इनफॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन कम हो जाएगा। आई विल नेवर से, और मैं आप लोगों को भी बताऊंगी कि आप लोगों ने भी इंटर्नशिप किया है तो आप लोगों ने भी ये चीज नोटिस किया होगा कि बिल्कुल भी इनफॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन हो ना हो ऐसा पॉसिबल नहीं है। इनफॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन हर एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, रिटेल स्टोर में, हर एक जगह पे होता है, लेकिन अगर इनफॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन ज्यादा होता है तो ऐसे सिचुएशन में इट इज गोइंग टू अफेक्ट द वर्क इन अ एडवर्स वे और इन अ नेगेटिव वे, ठीक है? सो व्हेन द डिसिप्लिन विल बी देयर, the people are able to do their work in a progressive way, as well as the informal communication will be reduced as comparison to the फॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन, ठीक है? तो फॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन ज्यादा होगा, इनफॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन कम होगा। सेकेंड थिंग, we are able to provide the information about the code of conduct, policies and procedures of the company to the employee very easily. If the employee relationship is better, or why it is required to be better, because the information that can be flow from the employer to employee, that will be in the better way and the employees will be better able to understand those things, right? They are able to understand that what is the goal of the organization, what is the goal of the management, what policies we need to follow, right? So for information is always required, because whatever change is made within the policies or whatever new things which is added in the policies, that information should be provided to the employees, because they are working in that atmosphere, right? And second thing, next thing is that if the employee relation is better, then it is going to make a coordinated atmosphere. So coordinated and team working atmosphere is always required if you are working in any of the organization or in the retail sector. ठीक है, every department or every employees are dependent on the other person for their work. In which sense I am saying, like we have the superior always available, right? superior होते हैं जिसको हमें अपने work के बारे में वो accountable होते हैं, उनको हमें बताना पड़ता है कि we are doing this work, that work, we have to provide the report all the time of our work, right? तो यहाँ पर अगर आपका जो एक टीम स्पिरिट जो है वो बहुत ज्यादा बेहतर हो जाएगा अगर आपका एम्प्लॉय रिलेशन बेटर है. द पीपल वांट टू वर्क इन द टीम, दे विल नॉट फील दैट दे आर सेपरेटेड एंड देयर पर्सनल गोल इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट एज कंपैरिजन टू द ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल गोल. सो दे विल ऑलवेज ट्राई टू बी अचीव द ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल गोल. ठीक है, तो इनका जो माइंड सेट होगा वो भी कहीं ना कहीं चेंज होगा, बदलेगा. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट वन इज इन when there is a better relation, then we are able to bargain in some of the situation, like maybe in some of the policies which the employees are not happy, so they can able to communicate about this problem to the employer in easy way, right? They can bargain, they can negotiate as well, right? And even the same situation is with the employer, that they can negotiate over some of the problem. But in that, if the relation is not better, or if there is a no relation at all, there is only professional relation and very rigid relation they are following, then it might be possible that these things are not able to implemented in the proper way. Okay, so working environment is also improved. The people will feel happy when they are working. There is a less स्ट्रेस आपका बहुत कम हो जाएगा. जब आप एक अच्छे एनवायरनमेंट में काम करते हैं तो आपका स्ट्रेस क्या हो जाता है, बहुत कम हो जाता है. यू विल फील हैप्पी व्हेन यू आर वर्किंग, एंड व्हेन यू आर हैप्पी देन यू विल नेवर टायर्ड बाय डूइंग द वर्क, and it is going to increase the productivity potential and stamina of the people in short. अगर वो उनको लग रहा है कि if they are feeling कि हाँ ठीक है मुझे ये काम नहीं करना है, because if they are unhappy with the employer or if they are unhappy with the environment, then definitely it is going to affect the potential of the person, what the person can do and what he or she want to do. There will be gap between that. ठीक है, so I guess this point is clear to all of you. These
Yes,
points are clear, everyone? Okay, so there are some basic points over which there is always discussion between the employers and employees. What can be those areas? So the first area is pay. So salary is a very important fact, because if the person is doing job, for what they are doing job, basically for something in return they want, right? If I am giving 9 hours, I want something in return back, right? So pay or the salary is one of the important aspects. Second one is bonuses. See, bonuses is totally up to the company that they are going to pay that bonus or not. And even you will get that information in your offer letter or in your joining letter, you will get the information that in when there will be some occasion, we'll provide the bonus. So that is sometimes set, and sometimes there is a incentive. So bonus and incentive is different. Like bonus is given when there is a profit in the organization, or bonus can be given on the occasional way. Incentive is the amount which is based on the performance. Like if you are performing well, then you will get the incentive over your work. So pay के ऊपर आप बात यहाँ पर discussion होता है, bonuses के ऊपर होता है the work environment. See, in environment, it is not about the harmonious environment or the happy environment, but it's about the basic infrastructure which is required. If I'm sitting in this particular room and I don't have a proper chair, so there is a lack of proper environment, I can say about it. If there is a lack of drinking water, कोई drinking water की facility नहीं है, so that is also one of the point of that the environment is deteriorated or the environment is not good. ठीक है. if the people, if there is a lack of basic, बोल सकते हैं basic facilities नहीं है, like the tea, coffee, these facilities are not available. It means that environment is not good. ठीक है. There is a no proper lunch break or lunch time. There is a no waiting time. There is no बोल सकते हैं ना rest time or something. Then that is basically showing that the environment is not good, right? So working environment, when where you are working, where you are sitting, where you are leaving for 9 hours, that 9 or 10 hours, that is important. So on this aspect, there is a discussion between the employer and employee. Next one is dispute. See, if we are working in the organization or if we are doing job, definitely sometime dispute can be arise. It may be related with the work performance. It might be possible that sometime it is related with the informal communication. So disputes can be arise, and if maybe there is, because the behavior of each and every employee is very much different. Zaruri nahi hai ki if you are polite, the person whom you are talking, that person is also polite, right? So sometime because of the communication gap, dispute can be arise, or dispute can be related with the work, that can be related with the informal communication, or that can be related with the other issues as well. So you can also discuss, there is a discussion of the dispute work schedule. So for how much time you have to stay in the office, that is basically work schedule. Some people are not suitable for doing job at 9 to 6, so they can take the part-time job they can do. They can reduce their time. So that is work schedule flexibility is sometimes present. Okay. But the payment will be made on the pro rata basis, or according to the time, whatever you are giving, according to that you will get the payment, right? So work schedule, like what time you have to provide in the organization, what is the maximum time, what is the minimum time, what is the interval time, everything will be mentioned in the work schedule. Grievances, it is related that if there is a dispute or if there is anything mishappened, then what kind of grievances or facilities, like some companies are providing the health insurance or medical insurance facility, they have accidental insurance. So there are some grievances or compensation which is related with the uncertain events or accident. Clear हो गई बात, समझ में आया यहाँ तक?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And some health and safety, definitely if you are running an industry, or either if you are running any retail store and you are selling the hazardous item or those items which is harmful for the people, so you have to very much you have to make that environment that it is not going to affect the workers, like the people will not मतलब बोलते हैं ना उनके health पे इस चीज का effect नहीं पड़े, ठीक है? So we have to show the concern toward it, as well as we have to concern toward the safety of the workers who are working in the industry or any of the retail store. And then the production target, for which there can be discussion. Production target, like in the sales, if we'll talk about the retail store, it is totally related with the target. ठीक है, targets related होता है कि you have to sell such kind of quantity in 1 month. ठीक है, you have to सेल 2 लाख रुपीस का आपके रेवेन्यू होना चाहिए आपकी तरफ से, 4 लाख का होना चाहिए, 5 लाख का होना चाहिए, एंड दैट इज टोटली इंसेंटिव बेस्ड. ठीक है, बट इफ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द इंडस्ट्री, दैट द प्रोडक्शन टारगेट इज देयर, लाइक हमें इस मंथ इतना प्रोडक्शन करना है अकॉर्डिंग टू द डिमांड. So over these things, there can be discussion between the employees and the employers. So these points are clear? Clear हो गया सबको? Everyone? Okay. There is one more service, एक advisory और conciliation और arbitration services है, जिसको सेटअप किया गया था 1974 में. So there is advisory, conciliation and the arbitration services, ACAS, जो उसको सेटअप किया गया था 1974 में. That is basically to try and create more harmonious working relationship in this country. यानी कंट्री में जो भी वर्किंग एनवायरनमेंट को बेहतर करने के लिए, हार्मोनियस वर्किंग रिलेशन को बेसिकली प्रमोट करने के लिए, दिस ACAS was established or set up in 1974. What they are doing with it, negotiate in dispute between the employers and employees as well as they are basically establishing the principles and practices of the harmonious relationship. So ACAS जो है ये basically establish किया गया था 1974 में, और इसका main reason क्या था establishment का? To create a harmonious relationship between the employers and employee. And what they did, they basically started negotiating on the dispute between the employers and employee, as well as they also started establishing the code of conduct and principles related with how we can maintain the harmonious relationships. ठीक है, it has been tremendously successful रहा अपने काम में, और today even there are relatively few major employment relation disputes in this country. ठीक है, so कहीं भी कंपनी में अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम अराइज होता है खास करके एम्प्लॉयर और एम्प्लॉय रिलेशनशिप को लेकर के, देन ACAS जो है इट स्टार्टेड वर्किंग एज अ कंसल्टिंग एंड कंसल्टेंसी की तरह इट स्टार्टेड वर्किंग, एंड इट विल बेसिकली वर्क फॉर इम्प्रूविंग द रिलेशनशिप. ठीक है, सो आई गेस दैट ACAS का क्या काम है वो क्लियर हो गया होगा तुम लोगों को.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, सो हमेशा याद रखिएगा, there will be always a proper relationship between the employers and employee when there is a balance of interest. ठीक है, ऐसा मत सोचेगा कि अगर अच्छा रिलेशन है तो एम्प्लॉय कुछ भी काम नहीं करेगा तो एम्प्लॉयर बहुत ताली बजाएगा, अरे वेरी गुड यू आर नॉट वर्किंग. No, there is always a balance of interest. It means that employees should work properly. They have to give their potential and they are motivated toward work. So they have to complete their work in the proper time, as well as they have to work properly, right? They have to minimize the errors and all. And as well as the employer, what they have to do, they have to pay the salary on time. They have to give the bonuses. They have to give the incentive. They have to do the appraisal program. So if the employees are motivated toward the work, then the employer will get the benefit. And if the employer are basically understanding the needs of the employees, then the employees will be happy. So there should be a proper balance of interest, that the both interest is properly accomplished or properly understandable by both party, employers and employee. Clear? Clear ho gaya?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the next point is that is high labor turnover. What is the meaning of high labor turnover? So let me tell you that when the employees are not happy with the working condition, what they will start doing? They will start leaving the organization. Okay? So sometime there is a high labor turnover. If any of the organization, if the turnover is very high, it means that organization is working in very inefficient way and the employees are not happy in that organization, right? So that is totally depend upon the working condition according to the expectation what the employees have. If employer is not able to satisfy the need of the employees, then no one want to work in that organization. Okay? So sometimes there is a high levels of absenteeism. The people will not want to come to the come to the office, and sometimes they will start leaving the organization. And why this kind of things happen? And sometimes because of this reason, trade union will start working. Trade union is that kind of association which is voluntarily formed by the workers. वॉलंटरली फॉर्म होता है, यहाँ पर कंपनी का कोई हाथ नहीं होता ट्रेड यूनियन को बनाने में, बट वर्कर्स क्या करते हैं, अपने आप एक एसोसिएशन क्रिएट कर लेते हैं, एक यूनियन, एक संघ बना लेते हैं. एंड फॉर व्हाट दे आर वर्किंग फॉर निगोशिएटिंग विद द एम्प्लॉयर एंड मैनेजमेंट. अगर आपको ओवर एक्सप्लॉइट किया जा रहा है, बहुत ज्यादा आपसे काम कराया जा रहा है, देन दैट ट्रेड यूनियन इज गोइंग टू वर्क फॉर यू, राइट? सो यहाँ पर जो ट्रेड यूनियन है वो बहुत तरीके से, देयर आर नंबर ऑफ फॉर्म्स ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइज्ड ट्रेड यूनियन एक्शन. बहुत सारे ट्रेड यूनियन एक्शन है, इंक्लूडिंग विड्रॉल ऑफ द गुडविल, वर्किंग स्ट्रिक्टली टू रूल सेट आउट ऑफ द रूल बुक्स, रिफ्यूजिंग द वर्क ओवर टाइम. क्या क्या चीजें करता है ट्रेड यूनियन? दे विल स्टॉप डूइंग वर्क. सेकेंड, दे विल स्टार्ट डूइंग वर्क वेरी स्लोली, प्रोडक्टिविटी को बहुत लो कर देंगे. They will refuse to do the work overtime. Overtime काम करना बंद कर देंगे. कई बार तो स्ट्राइक पे चले जाते हैं ट्रेड यूनियंस जो हैं. What they are doing, they are basically वो पूरा का पूरा इंडस्ट्री में स्ट्राइक लेकर आ जाते हैं. So this is basically high labor turnover situation where the trade union will start working if the person or if the employees or workers are not happy in the organization because of the poor working environment, right? अब इससे क्या क्या चीजें होती हैं, what how it is going to affect the whole organization of if the trade union will start working, then definitely the undesirable things will be happen, or those things which never the company will expect, those things started happening. Like it is going to reduce the company's profitability and the ability of fulfill orders. ठीक है. Second thing, it is going to harm the employment prospect, and it is going to deteriorate the goodwill or the image of the organization. ठीक है. Second है, and as well as it is also reduce the wages of the employment. And next, the problem, the cost problem can be arises between the customers and economy as a whole. So it is not affecting the only organization, but it is affecting the whole economy. ठीक है. So I am going to discuss about this high labor turnover in the next class as well. यहाँ से ही हम लोग शुरू करेंगे. उसके बाद यहाँ पर कुछ points हैं that is related that how we can hire the people. Some points are there. Awareness in the job, compensation, working condition. Then after that we are moved toward the store layout design. Okay. Anyone have any doubt in any of the point whatever we discussed?
No, ma'am.
Clear है सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See you all in the next class.